say we are ready to roll.
Extraordinary moments.
We welcome you back to the NBA on NBC. Come on! A lot of stars for you on Sunday Night Football.
It is a clear, cold, crisp evening in Pittsburgh. And guess what? Everything is on the line. It's win or go home for an AFC North title in Pittsburgh. And for Aaron Rodgers, could it possibly be the final game of his legendary career? Meanwhile, a sight for sore Pittsburgh eyes, T.J. Watt is back for the Steelers. He missed the last 3 games with a partially collapsed lung. And Lamar Jackson is also back for the Ravens. It's a gift, and he'll be giving the ball to Derrick Henry as often as possible. He's coming off a career-high carries, 36 against the Packers. And here we are again, finding ourselves in Pittsburgh with the terrible towels. The Ravens are flocking. I'm Maria Taylor, and it's the final game of the regular season. It's kind of like the football gods have aligned this bad boy for us. Tonight's winner will take the division crown. They'll be the 4th seed. They're going to host the Texans in the wild card round. And the loser season will end tonight with a lot of questions looming about the future of their quarterback and head coach. No questions about these guys. We got our defensive back. We got our head coach. And Jason, you've been in these situations before. You've coached in the win or go home scenario. So talk to me about what you're looking for in this one between the Steelers and the Ravens.
I'm looking for 2 things. I'm looking at number 8, Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, the look that he has in his eyes. For 2 decades, this guy has been an assassin in the big games. I've gone against him. I've seen it up close and personal. Does he have that aggressive attitude where he takes the ball and he cuts it loose all game long? That's the first thing. The second thing is Pittsburgh's front 7. The Baltimore Ravens are going to hand the ball to Derrick Henry 30 to 40 times in this game. Can the front 7 control the line of scrimmage, or are they willing to tackle number 22? That's what's going to decide the game.
That's going to be real. Number 22 is a problem. But I look at Baltimore, the ups and downs this season. This is the first time they look angry. They want to do something about it. They have an edge to them. I want to see how that plays out tonight. And can they go dominate this Pittsburgh Steelers team?
This is going to be an old school football game. Pittsburgh and Baltimore, it's going to be a run fest, physical tackling, and the team that's the most physical wins the line of scrimmage is going to win this ball game.
And we always know it's going to be a physical game between the Ravens and the Steelers. Steelers have won 9 of their last 12 against Baltimore, and the terrible towels, they're going to be out all night. Meanwhile, Chris, he's in a safe spot. We kept him on the field to keep an eye on what's happening in the late games. Chris, what are you seeing?
Yeah, that's right. Highlight guys here. I'm keeping track of it all right? And first is the Denver Broncos and what's going on out there. Denver been a little sloppy, but get the tip pass interception here to go up 10-0. Their defense has been dominating. They just got a strip sack on Trey Lance. They're up 16-3, feeling comfortable. Chicago, not good early on in this football game. They were down 16-0. They've gotten the ball the last 2 times, driven down the field. Colston Loveland, touchdown here. They get the 2-point conversion. Right off of this, you're going to see Caleb Williams make a move, buy some time, and watch this catch by Colt Kmet in traffic. Wow. Unbelievable right there. Now let's go out to L.A. L.A., like Chicago, was kind of sleepwalking early. Sloppy on both sides of the football. Kind of a shootout. The Cardinals are making plays. But we knew Matthew Stafford and the Rams would get it going. Hunter Higbee, touchdown. They're up 30-20 and in control. And then earlier today, Panthers back in. Literally, they've lost 3 out of their last 4. But this is what sold it for the Atlanta Falcons and sold it for the Carolina Panthers to win the NFC South. You saw the D. Alford interception on Tyler Chuck. Way to go there for the Carolina Panthers. Back to you, Maria.
All right, let's take a look at some of the notable scores. The Jags, they clinched the AFC South, and the Patriots, they're going to be the 2 seed in the AFC if the results hold, with Denver as the 1 seed. And in the race for the NFC 2 seed, both the Bears and the Eagles have games that are coming down to the wire, so we'll keep you up to date on all that. You're probably all up to date on this, but we just want to give another shout out to Myles Garrett, officially breaking the single season sack record, getting one against Joe Burrow, and it was magnificent to cap off a legendary season for him.
He was tired at times. They double teamed. They did everything they could to stop this guy. He still pulls through like all year, gets that 23rd sack. Fantastic.
Just imagine 2, 3, and 4 guys on you in every snap. He keeps coming. 23 sacks in 17 games. You got to be kidding me. I love that guy.
And you're going to hear from him a little bit later in the show, just so you know he had a nightmare that he didn't pull off the record, but you'll hear it later after his highlights. Let's get it outside of the stadium where Jack, Tony, and Rodney are hanging out.
Maria, we are set.
The 40th all-time meeting between Coach Tomlin, Coach Harbaugh. They're going to get Lamar Jackson back talking about the Ravens, Coach. What should the game plan be tonight?
Well, you heard Jason Garrett say that Derrick Henry's going to get it 30 to 40 times. We had the Ravens against the Patriots. He didn't touch the ball in the last 12 minutes of the game. So I think John Harbaugh has to go to his offensive coordinator, Todd Monken, and say, give it to Derrick Henry 30 times tonight or you won't have a job tomorrow.
Lamar Jackson is back, but it doesn't matter who's the quarterback. If it's me, I'm going with a more conservative game plan. I'm running the football. I'm making it all about Derrick Henry in the run game and not about Lamar, Jack.
You were with Mike Tomlin this week. You've been with him a lot over the years. What was on his mind before a game that really is going to decide their season, Coach?
He was very confident. He knows his offense has to score, but he said that's why we went out and got Aaron Rodgers. That's why I pursued him in April just for this moment. He's going to get the job done tonight.
No DK Metcalf. There's enough. Nobody on this offense really scares me, Coach. Aaron Rodgers last week, he looked like he was 42 years old. Getting rid of the ball too quickly, didn't want to take any hits, and he's just got to get it done tonight.
Well, they're very confident that he will. The ball's going to be in his hands tonight.
We are ready for some elimination football. Let's send it in to Chris Sims.
Well, we got a good one in Chicago right now. The Bears are trying to hold on to that number 2 seed in the NFC playoff situation. Jared Goff forces the ball down the middle of the field. Tip pass, Mr. Johnny on the spot. Kevin Byard, interception. We'll be back here on Football Night in America right after this.
So the NFL playoffs kick off next Saturday with Wild Card Weekend powered by Verizon. 12 teams, 6 games, 3 days. It'll be one epic weekend. It's on the road to Super Bowl 60 starting here. Stay tuned for the announcement of the full schedule. That'll be coming on later tonight. All right, let's talk about the Packers and the Vikings. Now, the Packers, just the one team, they're already locked into their seating, sitting at the 7th seed, so they're going to rest their starters here. But J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings going for their 5th straight win, trying to end on a good note. McCarthy getting to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, Vikings played their guys, and good to see Justin Jefferson getting this one. 3rd player to reach 1,000 yards in receiving his first 6 seasons. He's in good company.
Yeah, Mike Evans, Randy Moss also on that list. And then fullbacks need love too, Jason.
Yeah, I love this. Great tribute. C.J. Ham looking like it might be his last game, getting a touchdown late in the ball game. And then Harrison Smith, one of the best safeties of his generation. Looks like his last game as well. Teammates love playing a real pro.
Yeah, I said he's leading one way, but never say never. All right, Kevin Stefanski, Zach Taylor, both teams already out of the playoff. Myles Garrett's got something to play for.
That's why we're here today.
That's why we're here. 1 sack away from setting the single-season record. Look at his dad. He's got the photo that was on. He can't wait for the moment. Well, he had to wait a long time, all the way to the 4th quarter, Devin.
They doubled this guy all game. He looked up. He said, one-on-one, I'm going. Burrow stepped up, saw the pressure. He said, you got me, Miles, you got me.
Got around Orlando Brown Jr. here. Makes the history. How about that? Overtaking TJ Watt and Michael Strahan. Mom is super happy. He's riding the shoulders of his teammates and then making sure that he celebrates the entire night with a win because it came down to Andre Schmidt in this 49-yarder.
2 defensive touchdowns, and you get the win like this. Unbelievable day for Myles Garrett.
Yeah, and I actually got to speak to him after the game about his record-breaking sack and all that went into moments like this with his mom, Audrey.
I've been getting a read on the snap count, throughout the game, getting a little bit better and better on the get off, and I knew this might be my last one-on-one for all day, so we got to make it count. So as soon as I saw him, the clock, winding down like 7, 6, 5, I just knew that next count that he gave, the ball was gonna be snapped. So I just took off and I just gave everything I had.
Okay, so that's the weight off your shoulder. Now I'm curious. I want to put the weight back on and go back to last night and like this morning and just knowing this was your last chance, your last game to accomplish the feat. What was going through your mind?
This morning, it was fear. I had a dream I didn't get it. So I was like, well, damn. Is this a sign? I was like, nah, come on, guys. We had this dream a couple years back. No, this has been written. I had already knew this was going to happen, and I was going to take it down. I was like, we didn't come this far to come up short.
I also saw a long embrace with Mom. She was kind of like hanging over the stanchion and giving you a hug. I just want to know what she said and how it felt when you got to see her knowing that you had just broken the record?
She said, I'm my father's son. And she knew that I was going to do it. She was so proud, so happy that they were here to share in this moment. I told her, no, I'm a Garrett. That means I'm your son as well. And I did it for both of you. I did it for Grand. And I'm so glad that y'all were here to see me in this moment.
The crew wants to tell you something. You see him?
Appreciate y'all.
Oh, I love it. We weren't the only people celebrating Myles Garrett. Look at it. Randy Moss, Patrick Mahomes, Micah Parsons all chiming in to celebrate the legendary season of Myles Garrett and breaking the single-season sack record. More than impressive. All right, it's the time of the year where we're all talking about the coaching carousel, so let's welcome in Mike Florio. We know that there's two teams in need of a new head coach. That's the Giants and the Titans, but what else are you hearing around the league?
Well, there's two spots where it's viewed as a foregone conclusion a change is going to be made. The Las Vegas Raiders undoubtedly moving in the direction of moving on from Pete Carroll. In Cleveland, it's looking more and more likely all the time that Kevin Stefanski will be out as the head coach there. Beyond that, it gets a little fuzzier, and it's one of those let's wait and see. In a couple of cities, the buyout may be the thing that saves the coach. Jets coach Aaron Glenn could be back because of a huge buyout. In Cincinnati, Zach Taylor could be back because he has a buyout moving forward. In a couple of other cities, there are some front office moves that could change the dynamics. For now, Mike McDaniel looks to be safe with the Dolphins. We'll see how it goes once they hire a general manager. In Atlanta, Raheem Morris could be back. There could be some adjustments made in the front office that could affect that. And then Todd Bowles, he had 3 straight division titles until this year, but he's 35-33 as a head coach. And there's a sense that maybe the Bucs would like to go with someone who would be an offensive expert, get more out of the offense, get more out of the team, but it remains to be seen what happens there. And finally, Jonathan Gannon in Arizona, 14 losses this year for the Cardinals, most ever. It's believed he has a chance to be back, a good chance to be back, because he's never had an opportunity to get his own quarterback.
All right, Florio, don't go anywhere. We're going to bring you back to talk more specifics about the coaching situation for both of our teams in tonight's games, the Steelers and the Ravens. All right, we want to get you the latest in Chicago. Bears taking on the Lions, trying to maintain that 2 seed in the NFC.
Yeah, 16 all, big pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown, got him down here. Jake Bates, field goal, 19-16. Lions win on the road in the finale.
Okay, so with that loss for the Bears, then the Philadelphia Eagles would have to lose for them to hold on to the 2 seed. Let's see what they got here, Chris.
Right, Tanner McKee throwing a pass out here to the left, incomplete, and it looks like Washington will win, which will make Chicago still the 2 seed, and the Eagles will be the 3 seed.
Yep, all right, we'll keep you posted. Still a minute, 11 seconds left to play, so our eyes will be on the Eagles and the Commanders. T.J. Watt, active here tonight. Remember, he missed the last 3 games, partially collapsed lung. He'll be trying to get after Lamar Jackson all night. And meanwhile, the Steelers looking for a victory to take home the AFC North and venture on into the playoffs.
T.J. Watt, one of the best players in the NFL.
Looks like you have TJ back. It's a smile on your face.
hey, you know, coaching's overrated sometimes.
T.J. Watt has the sack.
And so the fact that he's playing is big for us.
What a play by T.J. Watt.
Was there any way you were going to keep him out of the game?
And I'm sure they had no chance of keeping Lamar out of the game. They've seen a lot of each other. They're tied together. It's just what's kind of made this a special rivalry.
This is Football Night in America.
We got to go out there and be the best today.
Earn your Sunday with Lowe's.
You earned your Sunday.
Let's go.
Well, Pat Freiermuth, he may need to have a night, because in the Steelers' round 1 victory in Baltimore, DK Metcalf was the star, but now he's the headline, one of the most impactful suspensions we have seen. The 2 games for his confrontation with a Lions fan. And the Steelers, they put up just 6 points without him last week, Coach. So how do they fix the offensive issues coming into this game?
Well, I was at the Steelers practice yesterday talking to Mike Tomlin. I saw Pat Freiermuth. I saw Adam Thielen, and they say it's going to be different. They have have to be. A lot more zone from Baltimore. Aaron Rodgers has to get the ball to these guys, and they've got to be playmakers.
I'll say utilize Pat Freiermuth, tight end Pat Freiermuth. Work the middle of the field. You're going to have opportunities against Kyle Hamilton, one-on-one situations. He's got to win those situations. Also, Kenneth Gainwell, he's their best player, and he's not coming off the field unless he tells me he's tired. He's playing running back. He's playing wide receiver, Jack.
So how does the Ravens' defensive game plan change, do you think, with Metcalf out of there?
Yeah, a lot more aggressive. And so you talk about all the zone. I say play more man, take man-to-man, take away the quick passing game, force Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball deep and beat you over the head.
Yeah, Rodgers has thrown quick all year. DK Metcalf lit them up in the first game, but he's not here, so I agree with you. Tighten down, make that ball go up the field.
Absolutely.
And last week he went to his old Packers teammate. Marquez Valdez-Scantling led the team with 9 targets, but just 3 catches for 21 yards.
Better do better than that tonight.
Better do better than that. Time for the DraftKings Sportsbook 3-play, and for that, we check in with Matthew Berry. Matthew.
Hey, Jack, in a game featuring Lamar Jackson and Aaron Rodgers, of course I'm going with Adam Thielen. Listen, the Steelers are thin at pass catcher. Rodgers loves his veterans, and Thielen's target share has actually increased in 3 straight weeks, so give me the over on 18.5 receiving yards for Adam Thielen. On the Ravens side, you know what people truly hate? Trying to tackle Derrick Henry in January. Baltimore is going to continue to lean on King Henry. I say he gets at least 70 rushing yards tonight. By the way, that's a number he's hit in 4 straight. Finally, I also expect Henry to find the end zone. Listen, no player in the NFL has more goal line rushes this year than Derrick Henry. So the Ravens are going to feed the king when they get in close, and that is my DraftKings 3-play for tonight.
All right, appreciate it, Matthew. Taking a look, the last gasp for the Eagles here.
Yeah, Tanner McKee dropping back, 4th and 18, throws up a prayer, throws it out of bounds. Nick Sirianni and the Eagles are going to be under a lot of criticism for not playing their players this week. They could have been the number 2 seed. Sure. Instead, the Bears will be.
Yeah, so it looks like the Bears will hold even though they lose to the Lions in their last game of the regular season. We've gone final 2. The Rams ultimately get the victory, and we'll keep you updated and get you all the highlights from every game and Week 18, the final Sunday of the regular season.
Football Night in America is brought to you by Lowe's. Tackle your to-do list early to earn your Sunday.
All right, so today is Derrick Henry's 32nd birthday. Happy birthday to the King. And guess what? He's played on his birthday twice before, the 2019 wild card. And then Week 18 last season, in those 2 games, he rushed for a total of 320 yards and 3 touchdowns. And maybe because his birthday's in December, but late in the season, you definitely don't want to see Derrick Henry coming. Nobody has more regular season touchdowns in the months of December and January than King Henry. And guess what? This week, I had a chance to catch up with the Ravens running back. So I wanted to start the interview in August. What does this type of training do for you when you get to the end of a season?
Well, I think it's just the endurance. You fighting to get up the hill. I just think of me breaking through tackles and keeping at full speed when you're getting tired.
Cole Bishop got run over by Derrick Henry.
You add chains to and run up the hill.
Having the chains just makes it a little more intense. Be able to drive my legs. So during the season, in the game, when I hit a hole, I'm breaking the tackle, I can just, spring right through. So, and I'm getting a little older, so I need little challenging things to keep my speed.
The Green Bay game, what was your understanding of what your role was going to be, basically an elimination game?
Yeah, I was just thinking, they put it in my hands, make something happen every time.
Not to be denied tonight.
Put the team on your back mentality, that's what it was.
His 4th touchdown of the game.
I'm always going to be motivated, ready to prove the work I put in is going to show.
Ready, and go. Oh, okay.
Your trainer, AJ Billings, he said that you run towards pain and adversity.
Love it. Got to. You can't run away from it. Then it's going to win. You got to attack adversity.
Touchdown for the King!
We were going through the list and how you're stacking up in history. When I say names like LT and Emmitt Smith and Marcus Allen, Derrick Henry, what do you think the kid in Yulee, Florida would have said if I told him he was going to be on that list?
That'd be crazy. It's still crazy to me now. Guys I grew up idolizing, heroes to me. So grateful for my name to be mentioned with those legends.
Happy birthday wishes to the king, Derrick Henry.
Wanted to get you something small for your birthday, just to celebrate a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're not going to eat it.
Oh, no, I appreciate that.
Right? You like
that? That is so nice.
Okay, you got to make one wish.
I will. Well, that was a long wish, but
you got a lot to wish.
Had to get done, yeah.
You know, in a world where you worry about the longevity of your running back, for Derrick Henry to be in his 10th season, he's coming off of having 36 carries. And Jason, when I talked to him, he said he's learned, you know, growing up that he can't necessarily play games. He's got to eat right. He's got to go to sleep at the right time. And that's why he's able to perform at the end of a season and take the carries and the hits that he does.
No doubt. He's going to be the best player on the field tonight. The guy's an absolute beast. And typically in games like this, you'll hear somebody say, remember, it's about players, not plays. Let me just tell you, as someone who's called plays in this league, it's always about players and plays. You need both. You got to put your best players in the best position to have success. And I think Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator for Baltimore, has done that. I love the run game variety that Baltimore had. They put Patrick Ricard, a 300-pound fullback, in front of him, and they run downhill at you. But then they run outside, and then they put 3 wide receivers on the field, and they lighten up the defense, and then they hand it to number 22. So there's a lot of variety there. They better hand it to him 30 to 40 times tonight. It's about that player, but you got to put him in the right place. I think Baltimore's going to do that.
I hear you all the way, Jason. I'm with you. Everybody sees Lamar Jackson back tonight, and they're going to go, oh, it's the Lamar game. No, this is a game where we don't need Lamar to be Superman. Run the ball, 2 tight ends, fullback, quarterback design runs. I think if they keep it simple and keep it in that realm right there, like we saw in the first matchup, when they did that, they dominated the line of scrimmage. Actually thought Baltimore got in trouble when they tried to spread out and throw the football. Stay to that, and I think they can physically win that battle.
Yeah, and I've been out there in January trying to tackle Derrick Henry. It is not fun. But I think off of that, Zay Flowers is going to be the X factor. You can't run every single play, so when you do throw, I think Zay Flowers is the guy Pittsburgh can't match up with. They're going to have to play some man-to-man defense, get as many guys in the box, then go to Zay Flowers.
You know, guys, Derrick Henry didn't tell me what he wished for, but he wished for like a minute over that cake and that candle. I guarantee you an AFC North title might have been at the top of the list. Well, how about an NFC South title, okay? It came down to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. The Saints at the Falcons. If the Saints got the win, the Bucs would win the division for the 5th straight year. If the Falcons get the win, the Panthers head to the playoffs. And, oh, look at Baker stress. His wife posting that to
his wife did that to him.
I love it. A little inside sight. Okay, let's go into the very first score. It's Tyler Shutt.
Shutt to the corner. He's been a playmaker down the stretch for this team. Just too many mistakes early for the Saints hurt him in this game.
Yeah, and then here we go. An opportunity here for Shutt in the red zone, and no dice.
Making it happen. We got it. Oh, no.
No, you don't.
Favorite call, OPI all weekend. We've seen a bunch of them. Hey, you run into a guy, they call OPI.
I don't like that one.
Yeah.
I don't like
any
it.
OPI.
Baker went from loving that to hating it. And then State still down 6. And how about this? D. Alford with the pick.
Game over, D. Alford said. He said, Panthers fans, go ahead and celebrate.
Falcons get the win. Panthers fans are excited. Panthers are going to win the NFC South. Now, because of that Falcons win, it set up a 3-way tie, and the Panthers win the head-to-head because they went 3-1 against those 2 other squads. Let's get a look at the Rams. They're still playing for some seeding here. They're taking on the Cardinals. Sean McVay and the Rams just need a 1 win to end as the 5 seed. So let's get into it. Of course, Stafford's going to look for the food.
That's right. It was a tough game at first. I mean, it was back and forth. Puka Nacua with unreal catch, and that's why he'll be a first-team All-Pro wide receiver. I mean, he does stuff like this every week. Unbelievable. Rams get on the board here. They go up 13-6, but the Cardinals continue to have answers. But Matthew Stafford, as we know, they crack the code here. Colby Parkinson in the flat, lowers the shoulder, touchdown, steals Jason Garrett's touchdown dance right there.
I know.
And the Rams are rolling.
It's called the giddy, not the gritty.
Right.
Okay, Stafford this time, they're looking for Tyler Higbee.
You got to watch out for their tight ends. And Tyler Higbee, hell of a player, and he steals Devin McCourty's touchdown dance. Unbelievable dance.
I didn't spike the ball.
Hey, guys, Stafford was able to lead the NFL in passing yards and touchdown passes with 46. All right, the Lions taking on the Bears. Bears need a win to lock up that 2 seed. Under 6 minutes remaining. They're down 16-8 here.
The Bears showed poise. They didn't play their best game early. Finding rookie Loveland in the back of the end zone. We got a ball game. They go for 2. They get it. But then right here, Amon-Ra St. Brown catches the ball, gets him in field goal range, and then Bates comes on and does the rest.
Yeah, he took it 26 yards on that play. Here comes Jake Bates. He's like, oh, 42 yards, that's money in the bank. It's good. The Lions get the win. They weren't playing for a playoff.
The Bears are like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
What do we do on 2 seed?
Okay, so this opens up a chance for the Eagles to steal the 2 seed in the last week of the season. They're taking on the Commanders. Nick Sirianni's already decided to rest his starters. You don't see Jalen Hurts. He's on the sideline. You're going to see Tanner McKee. Let's get into it, a tie ball game.
Yeah,
Jason Garrett, tell us.
Yeah, Maria, absolutely shocked by the decision by Sirianni not to play his guys. They had the opportunity to get the 2 seed. If they win and Chicago loses, there's Josh Johnson running in. Chicago loses. They set the table for him, and they decided not to play their guys. Absolutely shocked by it.
All right, so how about this? Our NFC playoff bracket is ultimately set. We knew that the Seahawks would be the 1 seed. They've reached the Super Bowl the last 2 times that they were the 1 seed. We're going to get Chicago and Green Bay. They split their regular season meetings. We've got the Eagles at the 3 seed taking on the 49ers, and both of these 2 teams have represented the NFC in the last 3 Super Bowls. Carolina will get the Rams. Remember, Carolina got the victory over the Rams this season. What do we think so far about the bracket?
I think the one thing that's going to be surprising is the Packers. They're limping into the playoffs.
Totally.
And to your point, the Eagles, you would have had a chance now to go and play against a team like that. This is a team you want to play early. When you limp into the playoffs, that's not a good feeling for the Packers.
I feel like a lot of teams are limping into the playoffs. If you look at that list, the team that scares me, though, the most is Philadelphia. They've been up and down for most of the year, but if they turn it on offense and defense, they are really hard to stop.
I think they got the best roster. They scare me, the Eagles, but I do think in the second half of the season, the Seahawks and the Rams, when they played their best football, I thought they were the 2 most impressive teams in the NFC. We'll see if they can continue that in the playoffs.
Yeah, no doubt. The Seahawks are playing better than anybody.
Right.
They deserve that number 1 seed.
Sure. All right. Well, we still got an AFC North to play for. We're going to get you the full AFC playoff bracket as it stands right now a little bit later in the show. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers, a young 42-year-old, just getting with the look in his eyes, Jason. That's what you're looking for?
The guy's an assassin, I'm telling you.
Okay, then what's that guy?
He's a beast.
He's a king. The assassin,
Hand
the
him
beast,
the rock.
the king. You get them all here on Sunday Night Football.
What are you willing to do? Get a cracking. Let's go.
I go to work. Let's go. And I float and explode on the scene. I got the potential.
The scoring machine.
I'm gonna hit the top just when I want it. And it's a matter of time, and I'm gonna touchdown. Look at you, lady, give him a high five, cause I'm live, run around with him.
That is so good.
First down.
We're having some fun right now.
This is Football Night in America.
Build another one. I go.
You've earned your Sunday.
There he goes, all the way home.
With Lowe's.
I go to work.
Well, Travis Kelce walking off the field at Allegiant Stadium after a game against the Raiders. Could it be the last time that we see him on an NFL field? The 36-year-old spent his entire 13 seasons with the Chiefs, and he's their all-time leader in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdown catches. We will find out soon. Meanwhile, take a look at our AFC bracket as it stands. Denver is the 1 seed for the first time since 2015. That's when they won Super Bowl 50. The 2 seed will be New England taking on the Chargers. The Chargers are 0-3 all time against the Patriots in the playoffs. The Jags, the 3 seed, taking on Buffalo. It'll be their 3rd playoff meeting. And by the way, Jacksonville 2-0 in those matchups. Will it be Pitt? Will it be Baltimore? AFC North is on the line, and the winner will get an opportunity to take on Houston, the 5 seed. Meanwhile, Mike Tomlin obviously wanting to get the victory. He's looking to lead the Steelers to their first division title in 5 years. This week, he had a chance to sit down with Tony Dungy ahead of tonight's AFC North showdown.
Welcome to AFC North Championship Week, as I like to refer to it.
Standard is high here, high expectations.
You know, I love it.
It's a great day. It's a great day. You got to kill on 3rd down. Way to
go. The competitor in me loves it. You know, I want to be the world champion every year, and we've fallen consistently short of that. Now, you want to have high standards, man. I've been in circumstances where the standards are low, and they're less fun. To be quite honest with you, the longer I'm in it, the more I'm urgent.
You talk about urgency. We've got some in this game, right?
No doubt. No doubt.
What do you tell the young guys on this team about this night and what it's going to mean?
I try to capture the now in the process. Like, you know how you're going to feel on Sunday night. How do you bottle that thought, that energy into productive preparation? And I've just learned to always gauge that by communication, formal and informal. And sometimes I just lay back and listen to the guys talk to each other. And I just like the sound of what I've heard this week.
Have you tried to put some informal stuff to your guys?
All the time.
What's the key informal thing for this week?
You know, this is history. To be a part of the great legacy of this rivalry, the weight of this game, they're little pieces of football immortality, if you will. It's probably what most of us have been dreaming about all our football lives.
This will be 40 times for you and John Harbaugh.
Man, we done been in a bunch of these, you and I, haven't we?
We have. Is there anything that you guys don't know about each other now?
We've seen a lot. He and I have had different groups over those 40 games. You know, it's about this group that we have versus the group that he has. I wish that Hines was playing in this game. James Harrison, I'm sure he wished Suggs and Ray Lewis was playing. Ed Reed was playing in this game. But those are the men.
That's the legacy that you're building on.
200 wins in the NFL right here.
Is there one thing that you're going to look at and say, if this goes the way it should, we're going to be okay?
We got to be ready for the significant weighty moments, the possession downs in the red area that are 4-point plays. You're going to win games this time of year versus really good teams. Those double situational plays, those fourth down plays, we got to play well in.
I know you've talked about the winner goes to the playoffs. Have you mentioned that the loser goes home?
No, that's assumed. You know, I like to speak things into life, and so I've chosen to talk about the other end of it.
Okay.
I certainly am aware of that.
Coach, I know that you have spent a lot of time around Mike Tomlin. What felt different about that visit, though, to you?
He was really nostalgic, Jack. He was talking about what it means to be a Steeler, talking about this great rivalry, the Hall of Fame players, and I think that's what he expects tonight. He expects his Hall of Fame players to step up big tonight.
And those guys are going to be dealing with Derrick Henry coming off one of the best games of his life, and that's saying something against Green Bay. Rod, you used to do this for a living. How do you get that monster on the ground?
The most important thing is don't tackle him high. Coach, anytime a player tackles him high, he hits him with the stiff arm.
And that's what he's going to
He
try
hits
to
you
do.
with the stiff arm, a 450-pound bench, and your job is to knock that down and get low, bring both arms and wrap up around the knees. I don't care how big you are. Everybody has weak knees, and then wait for your cavalry to come.
And, Jack, the other thing I would tell my defensive line, if I was playing safety, don't let him run right at me. Make him go sideways. Now I've got the advantage.
And the guy that I'm looking at tonight is Jalen Ramsey. He moves from corner to safety. Now he'll be one of those guys that has to walk into the box, Coach, and he hasn't seen anything like Derrick Henry.
And, Rod, the good news, they're going to get T.J. Watt. Go ahead, Coach.
Coach Tomlin told me the two guys that are going to be big tonight, Derek Harmon, his rookie defensive run stopper, and Cam Hayward. He said Cam Hayward has been like a caged animal waiting for this game. He expects those two guys to be big.
And then T.J. Watt as well. He comes back after missing those 3 games. How can he be the difference, do you believe?
Well, he told me, and I asked T.J. Watt, I said, how are you feeling? He says, I feel good, I feel strong. But he told me, he says, it's worse in the cold about his lung. He said it's worse in the cold as opposed to the heat. So he looked good, Jack. He looked like he was ready to go.
Who wins this game and why, Coach?
I think the Steelers win at history, and I think T.J. Watt being back, he's going to bring that energy for the whole team.
For me, it's Derrick Henry, and they can't stop him for 4 quarters, Coach.
All right, for more on that Ravens offense, let's send it over to Jason Garrett and Chris Sims.
Well, as we know, Lamar Jackson is back. He's been gone for a few weeks. He looks great out here in warm-ups, but this is not a Lamar Jackson game. I really believe his approach tonight should be somewhat boring. We talked about before, run the ball, play through the run game, bootlegs, play action passes, and I believe his legs and running will be a big key tonight.
No doubt. This game is about Derrick Henry. They have to hand him the ball time and time again, but all you want from your football team and from your quarterback in big game is to be who you are. Be the best best version of yourself. So he doesn't have to carry the big load tonight. But there are going to be moments in this game that Lamar Jackson has to be Lamar Jackson.
Make a play.
He's got to go be aggressive. He's got to go attack, make some plays with his feet, make some tight throws when he needs to do it. He's got to be Lamar for them to win this game.
Yep, don't force it. He did that one time in the first matchup. Then there's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, I believe he's got to be a little Superman tonight. He's going to have to force the ball down the field. He's been historically throwing the ball as short as any quarterback we've ever seen. If they don't make big plays down the field tonight, I don't know if Pittsburgh could win.
Well, the biggest issue is DK Metcalf, their big play guy, is not playing tonight. So they got to manufacture that. Calvin Austin will be a big part of it. But I said it earlier, Aaron Rodgers has been an assassin in this league for 2 decades. And he needs to have that look in his eye and that swagger about him where he's smiling and he's talking a little crap to the guy across from him, and he's got to go take over this game. Right. He's got to be Aaron Rodgers. There's a big moment for him and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's right. The Ravens aren't going to let him dink and dunk it. They're going to play some man. Back to you, Maria.
All right, so even if Aaron Rodgers is smiling, he's being Superman, he's got the look in his eyes. Devin, you still want to talk about the Steelers running backs because in their first meeting, the Steelers rushed for just 34 yards. That was a season low. What do you need to see in the ground game?
Yeah, I hear these guys. I hear Jason and Chris, but who do they want them to throw the ball down the field to? I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the best ever to come to the line, see what you're in, check to these screens or check to the one-on-one matchups. They don't have that. Kenneth Gainwell, Jalen Warren, feed them, screens, hand the ball off to them, create one-on-one matchups with those guys, make the backs the feature, make them the story, not trying to throw the ball to these receivers in bad matchups.
All right, we'll see if they're able to pull that off tonight. Remember, the AFC North on the line, a trip to the playoffs on the line. It's win or go home here in Pittsburgh. All right, the playoff picture, it's almost fully set. It was a party in Orchard Park, the Bills getting a victory, and also in Jacksonville, we're throwing water on our first-year head coach, Liam Cohen. He can barely stand up. The Jags dancing all the way into the playoffs. We'll get you the highlights next.
Welcome to the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff.
When the Ravens and the Steelers play, everybody knows what to expect.
Violence.
Pain.
It's personal with these two teams.
Both sides hate each other.
It's going to be a 15-round fight.
I don't even like wearing purple because of this rivalry.
Big Ben, God can have his soul, but it belongs to me.
I was definitely the bad guy. I hated them, they hated me. Both teams paid the ultimate price. Blood. Shakespeare couldn't have wrote a better story.
Championship atmosphere.
It's always going to go to the edge.
They said it's not a touchdown.
Yeah.
And that will do it.
There will be no other team that you want to go through than the Ravens. You get to go to the playoffs. Just as important, you get to send the Ravens home.
There's nothing worse than losing this game, having your division rivals knock you out.
Terrell Suggs, Jerome Bettis setting the stage in this bitter rivalry. The perfect matchup. The only way to end our season is 272 and the final game of the regular season. Come on, Roquan, get the boys ready. Get the Ravens. It's time to flock. The defense has to be all over the field if you want to take home the AFC North and make it into the playoffs. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the rest of the AFC. The Buffalo Bills saying goodbye to their old Highmark Stadium, opened in 1973. The fans went all out. By the way, the new stadium would be called Highmark as well, and I'm sure they're going to enjoy some wins there. But first, we got to close this one out. This is the first play from scrimmage, ladies and gentlemen.
You got to keep Josh Allen out there. 122 straight starts. Josh Allen handing the ball off to James Cook.
Yeah, that's the longest active streak in the NFL by a QB. Of course, the snow's going to come down a little bit. Mitch Trubisky's going to come in and replace Allen.
Yeah, and the Jets, they didn't show up to play. Knox gets a touchdown there. Buffalo Bills went up and down the field all day.
Jets didn't show up, really?
Yeah, not surprising. Ty Johnson said, let me get in on the fun. I'll get a touchdown, too.
Okay, so the Bills are 7-2 at home this season. Meanwhile, the Jets, the first team in NFL history with 0 interceptions in a season. And take a look at James Cook there. Right now, he is the rushing leader, but just 152 yards ahead of Derrick Henry. We'll see what he has tonight on his 32nd birthday for us. The Colts taking on the Texans. DeMeco Ryans, they need a win and a Jags loss to win the AFC South. So they're going to start their starters. Let's start with C.J. Stroud.
They're playing, but they didn't play great. It was a little sloppy. C.J. Stroud here, a little mix-up, but does a great job reacting, gets the touchdown, and they go up 20-10. But Riley Leonard and the Colts continue to answer, and you see the Texans took out C.J. Stroud. Davis Mills is in, throws the slant over the middle here late in the game because they're trying to go down and take back the lead.
Yeah, Davis Mills, like, I've won games for the Texans before. Kaimi Fairburn steps up for the 43-yarder, and it is good. The Texans, they get the win.
They get the win, and that was good for them, and there's a 5th seed.
Yes, the first time a wild card team, but shout out to DeMeco Ryans. They'll be in the playoffs for the 3rd straight season. The Titans taking on the Jaguars. Liam Cohen in his very first season looking for an AFC South title. Let's get to the first quarter. The rookie Cam Ward getting a touchdown.
Yeah, Cam's played a lot better these last 4 ball games. Running down in close. He gets the touchdown, but comes up a little bit lame. Went into the blue tent, didn't come back.
Yeah, he came back out, but he definitely had his arm in a sling, did not return to the game. Trevor Lawrence staying in the game, getting it to Parker Washington.
Trevor played most of this ball game, finding Parker Washington. As this game went on, they got more and more comfortable.
I love that Parker Washington made it to his tea time. I don't know if you saw that right there. And then Lawrence again looking for a touchdown, this time to Britton Strange.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence awfully comfortable this year. He's playing with that swagger you want going to the playoffs.
Oh, and the celebration continues in the locker room. Jags win the AFC South for the first time since 2022. Liam Cohen, that's right. He doesn't mind that kind of bath. He doesn't care.
Love to see that.
They're having some fun down there in Duval.
All right, so now they get an opportunity to take on the Buffalo Bills. That'll be next game up for the Jags. All right, the Dolphins taking on the Patriots. They're at Gillette Stadium. Mike Vrabel, the Patriots, they need a win and a Broncos loss to get the 1 seed.
Yep, and the Patriots came out ready to play. Offense got onto an early start. Travion Henderson in for the touchdown.
All right, 3rd quarter, here we go. Dolphins down just 7. Quinn Ewers is in.
The Dolphins were fighting in this game, moving the ball on offense. Huge interception right there. Jalen Hawkins, who's played really well this year, gets an interception.
All right, time for the All-State Good Hands moment. Is Drake May the MVP?
Drake May?
Maybe
the MVP. I don't know. Drake May's been fantastic this year. I'm not into the odds and all of that, but he sure looks like an MVP to me.
He played MVP level football. There's no doubt about that, Devin.
That was the All-State Good Hands moment. Yeah, May's final 2025 passing stats, 4,394 yards, 31 touchdowns, and just 8 interceptions. What an incredible year for Drake May. All right, the Chargers taking on the Broncos. Broncos trying to lock down that 1 seed. They got to get a win. Justin Herbert, he's inactive today. Let's get into it.
Yeah, the Chargers didn't play anybody. It's the defense of the Broncos. It's Jaquan McMillan with the pick 6 here. That puts them up 10-0, and they just leaned on their defense all game long, Maria. It's what they do. Offense wasn't impressive. Here's Nick Bonito, strip sack. They get 4 sacks on the day, and I'm just saying, the last time the Super Bowl was in San Francisco was a Denver Bronco defense team. Just saying, we'll see.
Hey, listen, he's just saying, for the first time, like you said, since 2015, that's when they won Super Bowl 50 at Levi Stadium. Denver Broncos, the 1 seed yet again. You see the 2-7 matchup is going to be the Patriots and the Chargers. And then Jacksonville, they're going to be taking on Buffalo. And it's the 3rd time they'll ever meet in the playoff. Jacksonville 2-0. And then obviously whoever gets a win in this game will get the Texans. What do we think about the matchup so far?
Yeah, the team that sticks out to me is your old ball club, the Patriots. They've been so good all year long against any opponent, anywhere they play. They're consistently good on offense, defense, and in the kicking game. I just think they're going to be a hard team to beat, and I think Drake May is firmly in that MVP conversation.
And what Sim said, the last time the Patriots were a 2 seed, they won the Super Bowl too. I'm also looking at Jacksonville. I know you don't want to see Josh Allen in the playoffs, but the way they've been playing, they should be confident they could beat anybody.
That's a tough matchup for Buffalo, I think, going down to Jacksonville with that offense and what they do. But don't you like defense? defense, let's not forget about the Houston Texans. They're going to play the winner of this game right here, and I still think the Houston Texans are the best defense in football. They can make a run in these playoffs.
Well, as you say that number 1 seed, that Denver team, their defense is unbelievably good, and you got to go play at their place.
Yeah, it's going to be tough,
easy.
No doubt.
Yeah, you guys mentioned it, though. The Texans, they led the league in scoring in total defense most of the season. We see the terrible towels going. We want to bring back in Mike Florio because there's been a lot of talk about what a loss could mean for the future of Mike Tomlin or John Harbaugh. What can you tell us, Florio?
Let's think about this. 19 years for Mike Tomlin here in Pittsburgh. He's never had a losing record. But it wasn't that long ago that these same folks were chanting, "Fire Tomlin." Nobody expects the Steelers to fire Mike Tomlin, but could this be the time that he makes a detour to a different industry? There's a lot of steam about Tomlin maybe heading to TV. That's going to be something to watch whenever the dust settles on this season, win or lose tonight. And as to Harbaugh, he's got 18 years with the Ravens. And they're just thrilled to be in this moment with all the struggles they've had this year. I'm told that if they lose tonight, ultimately a decision is going to be made by owner Steve Bisciotti about what to do moving forward. But 2 questions. 1, who are you going to replace John Harbaugh with? And number 2, are you ready to see him go somewhere else right away and be highly successful? Aaron Rodgers, we're going to watch him to see whether or not this is his last game, or will he come back next year with Pittsburgh or maybe another team?
All right, thanks for the update, Mike. And it is time now for Barry's Bet, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Matthew, you've hit 7 in a row. Who we're going with tonight?
Yeah, Maria, I'm going to try and keep it going here with Chris Boswell to make at least 2 field goals. You know, the Steelers are generally conservative on offense. Boswell has actually done this in 3 of the past 4 games. Oh, and by the way, the teams that face the Ravens this year attempt the 4th most field goals. So in a tight defensive battle, I say Chris Boswell makes at least 2 field goals tonight.
DraftKings Sportsbook is the place to bet touchdowns, and new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app and use promo code SNF when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours.
It's winner take all in the last game of the regular season. Lamar Jackson back after sitting out last week with a back contusion. 3-5 against the Steelers. TJ Watt also back in, missed the last 3 games with a partially collapsed lung. Pitches 3-11 without him, so they're happy to see him. And here's the guy who broke Watt's record for single season sacks.
I love it. Myles Garrett, incredible year this year. He had 5 sacks in the game. The guy was all over quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are like, please don't make me see this again next year.
Do it. Shout out to Mom, too. Yeah, Audrey getting into it. Myles Garrett celebrating. And the Bills saying bye-bye to their old Highmark Stadium.
Yeah, potential. It used to be Rich Stadium, and then it was Ralph Wilson Stadium, and now Highmark. Could be the last game there. They could potentially host the AFC Championship game, but what a place. A lot of emotion up there. Bills Mafia, that is a hard place to play now. You go up there and try to deal with those guys.
Then we got the Los Angeles Rams, the number 5th seed in the NFC playoffs. Puka Nacua today, again, 10 receptions, 76 yards. Led the NFL this year with 129 receptions, a career high for him, 1,700 yards. As we all know, this is one of the best receivers in the sport.
And that was Sunday Funday, brought to you by Taco Bell. We want to take one last look at the bracket, starting with the NFC. Seahawks, they're going to be your 1 seed. You're going to get the Bears and the Packers in the 2-7. Philly, they're the 3 seed, taking on the 49ers. Carolina by the skin of their teeth, and the Falcons win. They'll be taking on the Rams. In the AFC, the Broncos, they're your 1 seed. Last time they were the 1 seed, they won a Super Bowl in Super Bowl 50. You get the Patriots and the Chargers. The Jags, a huge turnaround season, get the Bills. And then you're either going to have Pittsburgh or Baltimore taking on the Houston Texans. All right, it's almost time for kickoff in Pittsburgh. Let's go on the field, presented by Hyundai. And Tony spoke with Kyle Hamilton.
Kyle, you've played in a lot of these big games. What have you told your young guys about playing tonight?
Honestly, it's simple, man. Just run and hit. We got to outrun and out-hit them. I think we'll be successful. The field's still 100 yards, still 53 and third wise. Same game they played growing up, so just go out there, have fun.
Aaron Rodgers has been getting rid of the ball quick this year. What does that mean for your secondary? How do you need to play tonight?
Yeah, just play aggressive. You know, the ball's coming out quick. You know, when he holds it, we know we're going to get a pass rush. So we got to play aggressive in the back end, force some mistakes, and get the ball back to our offense.
All righty. Well, good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
No DK Metcalf, no Darnell Washington. What can we expect from you?
Yeah, I got to step up big time. The whole offense got to step up. We'll make some points on the board.
What's the key to the game offensively for you guys?
Gotta be physical, beat them to the punch, execute when the ball's coming our way.
All the best to you. Thank you.
All right, tonight's picks brought to you by Google Pixel. Just 2 people rolling with the Steelers, and America's picks, 59% of you going with Baltimore. It is winner take all in the AFC North. The Stars are going to be playing, and the Stars have aligned. I think the NFL drew up the scenario when they had the Steelers playing the Ravens at the last game of the season. We'll see who continues on into the playoff after this, and we'll see you at halftime.
This has been the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff. Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo.